Hi, and welcome back to another Last Week in a Byte, your latest news and events for all things Delta Lake. This week, we'll be recapping all of the great sessions that were held at this year's Data+AI Summit out in San Francisco, California. Let's jump right in. First up, Matt Powers kicked off the breakout sessions with an amazing talk on why Delta Lake is great for pandas analyses. I really love how Matt interweaves the great features of Delta Lake while also performing common data wrangling tasks right in pandas. And I like the high-level recap at the end on how the Lakehouse architecture allows different teams to interoperate using the tools that they love. Next up, Oz Katz, the CTO and co-founder of LakeFS, delivered an insightful talk on the future of data analytics. Oz points out some of the shortcomings in popular data analytics languages like Python or Java and how Rust helps bridge those gaps. Oz points out some of the recent innovations in the Rust data ecosystem, how Rust is actually a great fit for compiling directly to WebAssembly, resulting in just a tiny binary that can execute straight from within your browser. And one of my favorite sessions comes from Simon and Zach from Advancing Analytics, who partner with Jordan Donmeyer and Chad Doremus at the Hershey Company to build a major retailer API at breakneck speed. The team describes their year-long journey to implement the Hershey Commercial Data Store, which delivers real-time data and actionable insights. At the heart of it all is Delta Lake, which easily scales to their billion-row tables and powers a variety of reports and dashboards for their SQL analysts. Michael Stelmo from Databricks also presented a great talk on how to scale deep learning pipelines using Delta Lake. Michael explains how Delta Torch is a really small library based upon the Delta Rust implementation, which utilizes PyArrow to read the data files during distributed training. In Michael's benchmark, Delta Torch was almost 2 times faster at distributed training than Petastorm. Pretty impressive. And in case you missed it, I also presented a short lightning talk on building data sharing apps using Node.js. We looked back at the last decade to see how JavaScript has remained a top programming language for repos created on GitHub. Lastly, we looked at how the Node.js connector for Delta sharing can simplify data architectures by removing the need to copy data into key value stores. Well, that's all the time I have for this week, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to go out to go.delta.io/last week to subscribe to the weekly newsletter. Check us out on GitHub for the latest news and product releases, or ping us with any of your questions or comments out in Slack or LinkedIn. See you next week.